I don't think they missed you in the least.
It's falling off my lap. Hi, Mako.
I've tried to film this intro like 3 times, and for some reason, every time I get to talking, my voice cuts out because, I don't know, something is going on with my throat. Hi guys, how's it going? My name is Liza. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a new reading vlog. So I'm in the middle of 3 different books right now. I'm in the middle of a poetry collection, which I think is putting me into a reading slump. I'm in the middle of a graphic novel that's on NetGalley called, I believe it's called But You Have Friends, and it's actually going really well. It's based in Europe, and it's about this girl who becomes friends with another girl in primary school, and it follows their friendship throughout the years as they get into their 30s. It's about mental health and depression and things of that nature, and I'm really enjoying it so far. And then the third book that I have going right now is my audiobook, which is still beating. I'm in the middle of that, and I'm really enjoying it still. I just put it aside for the time being because I've been working a lot, and I haven't really felt like I've had a lot of time to do the reading that I've wanted to do. I've also been like super distracted by Tears of the Kingdom, so almost all of my time is going into that as well. My game plan is I want to focus more on reading because I definitely miss it, and I want to get back into it and get back into the swing of things and have a regular reading routine like I used to have. So I think what my game plan is I'm gonna just pick up any random book that I think is going to get me out of a reading slump, and I'm just gonna try and go from there. I'm thinking about picking up Rock, Paper, Scissors, which is a book that I got from my trip. So like I was saying, this is a book that I got from my trip in Tarpon Springs. That was, I think, last week. And I've been wanting to pick this up for a million years because it sounds so interesting. It's about this woman who I think her and her husband go on vacation, and for some reason somebody is tricking the other person, and the husband has facial blindness. That's an absolutely horrible way to describe this book, but it sounds absolutely amazing. I promise you. I've seen a lot of really good reviews on it on Goodreads, and I've seen it all over Book Talk and all over YouTube, so I've been wanting to pick this up, and this might be the thing that gets me out of the reading slump that I'm in because of the poetry collection that I'm reading, which I don't know why I chose to pick this up, but I ended up picking up Dandelion by Gabby Hanna. I read about 50 pages of it, and it felt like I had read the entire book because it was just that slow and that long-winded. And so far I'm having a hard time getting through it. I absolutely hate it. So I'm thinking that I'm going to take a break from reading that because I don't like it, and it's putting me in a slump, and it's making me just not want to read like at all. And Maiko's hitting the camera right now. So I figure if I just kind of change gears and read something different, maybe I'll get back in the mood to read. I'm going to go and do some reading, and I'll show you guys Mako because he's been making filming very difficult, and he knocked my camera just now. But I will give you guys an update in a few hours. Hey buddy. You like your blankie? It is currently raining and having bright sunshine at the same time. Welcome to Florida. Hey friends, so it is currently June 14th right now, and I wanted to give you guys a reading update. I have made a little bit of progress in Still Beating, and I'm still really enjoying it. It's getting really crazy, and the 2 main characters are realizing that they have like feelings for each other because of the trauma that they went through. It's been like very melodramatic up until this point, and that's something that I've struggled with getting into because I don't know, I feel like they should have like better communication at this point, but I'm still really enjoying it. I get the feeling that the angstiness of the romance is also what makes it like interesting to people. So I'm not gonna judge it, but it is kind of hard for me because like I don't normally go towards romance, you know what I mean? And I especially don't normally go towards dark romance. Like, most of the books that I read are either like nonfiction or horror, or maybe even some combination of the two, or like graphic novels, comics, manga, stuff like that. But I haven't really gotten super into romance. And even when I was like a fan of romance and I read a lot of romance, it was like Nicholas Sparks. So this is like totally out of my wheelhouse. So I get the feeling that these books are normally very angsty and I'm having a hard time connecting with that, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that as the story goes on, I'll get more into it and I'll get more hooked on it. I've already read one chapter today, and I plan on reading some more tonight before I go to bed because I'm doing a clopening shift and I'm gonna need something to help wind me down. But anyway, I'll talk a little bit more in depth after my shift, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Hello friends, as you can tell, I've just woken up and it's currently Friday, and I think that our game plan today is we're gonna go out to the beach with some friends. So I'm really excited about that. I have not done any reading since the last time we spoke. I had read that one chapter in Still Beating, and I'm still really enjoying that. The characters are starting to progress in all of their relationships, and I'm enjoying that so far. And I haven't really picked up Dandelion lately. I'm thinking that I'll read some of it today at the beach, but honestly we'll see because I haven't really been enjoying it that much. But chances are I'm just gonna like force my way through it because I have a hard time DNFing books. So I'll probably just suffer through it and kind of go from there. But I will insert some vlog footage right now, and I'll see you guys after. Hi guys, so it is currently Thursday right now, and I have not given you guys a reading update in like, 5 days at this point? I do have reading updates for you though, so that's really good. I have read a little bit more in Dandelion, which has become a little bit more interesting the more that I force myself to read it, which I know that that's like a horrible way to describe a book, but if I can just force myself to read it, eventually I come across poems that are like okay and that I'm not like super hating. And I actually ran across the poem that she named the book after, which I thought was okay. It was pretty well written considering like what it could have been, but I just altogether haven't been really too impressed. I'm gonna finish it because I said that I would, and it's a poetry collection, so it should go pretty quickly. But honestly, I've just been drudging along in it, and it's taking me so long to read, specifically I think because I'm not enjoying picking it up every time I pick it up, right? I don't have good memories associated with it, where like with Still Beating, I want to know what happens with the characters, or you know, with But You Have Friends, I want to know like what's going to happen with the characters there and how the girls' friendships are going to develop. But like with this one, I just feel like it's a lot of the same things and a lot of repetition, and I'm just not like super big on it, honestly. Like, I don't feel the need to pick it up like I do with the other books that I've been reading. I'm sorry if you guys can hear rain in the background. It's been a super rainy day today. The other day we actually got a flood warning in Mount Dora, which is really weird because this is literally the highest point in Florida and we should not be having floods. Anyway, I think I'm gonna pick up some more books. I am finding that instead of reading Dandelion, I'm wanting to pick up more books. And I think it's just because I don't want to be reading Dandelion, and I would almost rather be reading any of the other stuff that I have on my TBR. I know that you guys saw The House at the Cerulean Sea, and I've been meaning to pick that up for a long time. I didn't get a chance to read it on the beach like I had planned to because we had a lot of people around and we were catching up and talking. But I do plan on reading that, or at least starting it during this vlog. I'm super excited about it. I didn't know that it was like about a queer couple, but it reminds me very much of like a Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, but with queer characters. So I'm really excited to get into that. I think it's gonna be really good. I think what I'm gonna do is I've ordered an Uber, and so I'm gonna do some reading while I wait for that. And I'm gonna go in and close today. And I'll talk to you guys when I get home. What are you guys looking at? There's nothing there. Oh, it's a roach. Never mind. It's storming really bad outside, and I absolutely hate storms.
Good job, Lizzie.
Hey guys, so it is currently the next day after our travel day, and we decided last minute to go to Georgia. So we've stayed a night already, and we're currently in the Red Room. It's actually pretty spacious. I'm really enjoying it, but I think that today we're gonna go to a brewery, and we might, I don't know, like we might go to the Coca-Cola Museum and do some stuff like that. So I haven't seen my dad in a while, so I've been having a lot of fun so far. I didn't get any reading done on the car ride in because I was talking to Brayden the whole time, but I'm hoping to get some reading done on the car ride home. And so for right now, our game plan is we're gonna hang out, and tomorrow we're gonna leave and start the drive home, but we're gonna see some of our family and just try and spend some quality time. I might go out into the backyard and show you guys the backyard, but we've just been having a lot of fun in the house. It's been really nice so far. So this is what our bed looks like, and it's really nice. And this is called the Red Room. This is one of the rooms that General Sherman used to treat Confederate soldiers. So it's very antique-y and old. It's supposed to be haunted, but we haven't experienced anything yet. Here's part of the backyard. It has a really nice view. There's a little awning there and a little dance room. And then we also stopped at the Magnolia Plantation on the way in, and that was a lot of fun. And we picked up these macaroons. I think that one of the things I want to do is take my camera out and go and be able to take some pictures of the backyard. So we've seen a few hawks so far, and I'm really excited about that. And then we've seen a few of the cats that have grown up since they were kittens, like literally back when I was 16, I think they were just born. And now they're like full grown cats, and they're really pretty and cute. It is currently July 4th right now. Hey guys, so it is currently July 4th right now, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what our game plan is and how the trip went and all that jazz. I got up today and I worked from 7 a.m. to 4, and then I was able to come home and take a nap. And our game plan right now is we're gonna go out with some of our friends. We are gonna go and see the fireworks, and I'm gonna bring my earplugs, and we're gonna go out for a few drinks and hang out with them. People are already setting off fireworks outside already, so I'm not really surprised by that. They were setting them off yesterday too, but I think that tonight's gonna be like the big firework night, so to speak. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the Georgia trip because it ended up going really well. It was a lot of fun. The first day we went over and we got stuck in like rush hour traffic for maybe like an hour and a half, and it tacked on an extra hour or so to the trip. So instead of it taking 6.5 hours, it took us around maybe like 8.5 to 9 hours to get there. But the trip back was really nice. It wasn't bad at all. We got home at I think maybe like 7 o'clock, and the trip back for some reason was way easier. It was only like 6.5 hours long, and we didn't hit any rush hour traffic at all, so that was really good. But the trip overall was absolutely amazing. We went to the World of Coca-Cola, as you guys saw, and I was able to meet my dad's dog, and he was doing really good. He was really chill with me, which was really awesome because we think that he used to be a fighting dog, and he actually came to the family as a stray. So he was really sweet, and I had a lot of fun being able to hang out with him. Overall, it was just like really good to be able to see my dad because I haven't been to Georgia in, at that point, I think like at least 3 years, like maybe even 4. I think that before COVID, the last time that I had been to Georgia to see my family had been like at least 2 years at that point, and then COVID happened, and that tacked on like another 2 or 3 years. So it was just really good to be able to see my dad and spend some quality time with him, because I haven't been able to see him a lot for the past several years or so, just because of work and all that. But I think that in the future I'm going to try and do more weekends like this, where I just go to different places and try to see family more often, because I'm finding that I tend to focus too much on my work, and it ends up burning me out, and then I end up getting like super depressed because I haven't seen my family in a long time. And so I think that I'm one of those people where it's like I have to force myself to stop working and go away and see my family, just like for my own mental health. As far as reading goes, I have read, I think, like 30 more pages in Dandelion. I only have maybe like 40 or 50 left. I read maybe 20 yesterday, and I plan on reading some more tonight after the fireworks. It's really frustrating reading this book because like some of the poems I genuinely like, but there are just so many that are just not my cup of tea at all. And so I feel like if she had maybe condensed the collection, or even like, like even like with certain lines in each poem, like if she had just left out certain lines in some poems, I feel like the book would be better. So it's just kind of frustrating because there are parts of the writing that I do enjoy, but it always just kind of feels like it ends up getting ruined because she just keeps going when there's this nice natural pause in a poem. And so I really wish that she had just kind of cut some of the poems and made the collection a little bit shorter overall, and I would probably end up giving it a higher rating. But we still have about 50 pages left, and so I'm going to read a little bit more of that tonight, and I will update you guys on my reading in the morning. Oh, I didn't even see her.
Never experienced.
They let her like hang out around the bookstore though, and you can go and pet her.
Is she breathing?
Yeah.
I have a bookstore in Dandelion.
Oh yeah.
The family bookstore, and
all right.
the
Hi guys, so it is currently, I think it's July 13th right now, and I realized that I had not updated you guys for like at least 7 days or so. I just woke up from a nap, and I ended up finishing today Dandelion, and it's such a confusing book for me to like try to explain to y'all, because there are parts of it that I liked. Like I enjoyed the ending, but I think that I enjoyed the ending because there was almost no poetry in it. So it's a lot. It's a lot to unload. I ended up ultimately giving it 2 out of 5 stars. It was okay. She has like 3 stories about her life that ended up being pretty good, and I enjoyed those. But then the poetry I couldn't really stand, and I didn't like it at all. So we kind of like won out in the end because I was able to finish it, and I ended up really enjoying it at the end. But with like the actual poetry part and the poetry collection, I really didn't like it. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you guys the next one. And there's Mako.